Good morning. So we are continuing with the Uddhava Gita. There was a break in the middle. So wish you all a very happy Christmas. Today is after the Christmas. So we will continue the Uddhava Gita, chapter 17, and we had completed till verse 31. So now we are going to do verse 32 onwards. So Uddhava Gita, chapter 17, the last message of Sri Krishna, verse 32. The modification due to God, who upset the equilibrium of the gunas produced from the Mahat, which again has for its cause the Prakriti, is known as egoism. It is threefold: Vaikarika, Tamasa, and Indriya, and is the cause of doubt characterized by ignorance. The modification due to God. Now, we were discussing about how this whole world turns out into from being knowledgeable to being ignorant. Now, when I speak of knowledgeable, it only tells us that you, as an entity, is all knowing. You are all knowing. You have all the knowledge in the world. You are effulgent and you are pure. But when you take up a body, the body by itself is a contaminant. It's contamination. Let us take, for example, a simple pure water. Alright? So if I take absolutely pure water, 100% purified water, and then I take up a bottle and I put that water inside the bottle. Now, when I put it inside the bottle, immediately there may be some contaminants in the bottle. These contaminants cause problems to the water inside. Let us take, for example, even if the bottle is pure and I put water in it, after a few days, the whole water may turn putrid, it may have some kind of a, develop some kind of a creatures inside. It can become green, some problem may come up. Why does it happen? Because the container is there. The moment this container, the body comes into the picture, the pure you are that pure being, the pure you becomes contaminated. So this is the meaning of this verse in very simple ways. So I will explain this in detail. The modification due to God, who upsets the equilibrium of the gunas produced from the Mahat, which again has for its cause the Prakriti, is known as egoism. See how this word egoism has come into the picture. The God, Almighty God, whom are we talking about? We are talking about the Paramatma, the Super Soul. We are talking about the divine unmanifest. Divine unmanifest, the Brahma. And in that Brahma, which was absolutely with no contamination as such, an urge, a need, a desire arose to create something. The moment a desire arises to create something, it creates a lot of issues in this world. How do these issues work? Let us take, for example, today in the morning I was explaining a very simple formula. Let us say you are staying in a small flat, a house. Now that house is 1,000 square feet. 1,000 square feet of the house. Now the moment you have 1,000 square feet of the house and you want to paint it, the moment you say, I want to paint the house with an emulsion, the one which you put on the walls, and the enamel which you paint the windows and the doors and every other thing, the wooden structure and all that, what would be the cost of painting this whole thing? So let us break it down into one small room. The cost of painting one small room, which is, let us take for a very simple example, 10 by 10, which is 100 square feet of space. I am going to paint 100 square feet of space. So, how much paint is required? The painter says, sir, we require around 4 liters. 4 liters of paint. So you go to the market and you say, I want 4 liters of paint. The person says the 4 liter of enamel will cost you 200 rupees per liter, which is multiplied by 4. 800 rupees. Now you say, for the paint I have to pay 800 rupees. He says, okay sir, I will give you a discount. And instead of 800, he gives you a 25% discount and he gives you for 600 rupees. You are very happy. I got the paint for 600 rupees. Then you come to the painter. The painter says that the per square foot cost of the room, 10 by 10, 100 square feet, is going to be around 20 rupees a square foot. 20 rupees a square foot. So you calculate 100 square feet into 20. Oh, only 2,000 rupees. You are a duffer. Why? Sir, when he says 100 square feet of the room, you are calculating only the carpet area. Who is going to calculate the room, the ceiling? Are you going to paint the carpet area or are you going to paint the ceiling and the 4 walls? So the ceiling is exactly as per the carpet area. So 100 square feet is on top. 2 walls back and front and 2 walls at the side. So that is 100, 200, 300 and maybe 400. Okay, let us calculate the windows from there. Minus that out. So 350 square feet for a 100 square feet space. So multiply it by 20. Oh my God, it now came to 7,000 rupees. 350 multiplied by 20. Oh, 7,000 rupees. I thought it was only 2,000. Now it has come to 7,000 rupees per room. Sir, it's not finished. The windows, they require enamel. That is the running feet. My God, just to paint one room, it's going to cost me a total of 9,000 rupees. He'll tell you 2,000 for that. So now did you get the whole idea of it? You thought just to paint will cost me just a little amount. But one room cost is around 9,000 rupees. How do you go ahead? Did you see the whole problem? The problem started with buying the house. Who told you to buy the house? Did you calculate the cost of just the paint? When you build a house, the contractor says, sir, I will be the cheapest in the market. To build a house, it will be only 1,000 rupees per square foot. 1,000 rupees is not sufficient. Plumbing, who is going to do? My father? Carpentry work is there. Electrical work is there. How much other things are involved? You understand, there it keeps on piling up, piling up, piling up, piling up. And you thought 1000 rupees a square foot is sufficient, sir. You are mistaken. It will come to around 1700, 1800 rupees a square foot. And you want what kind of tiles? You want marble. Sir, then it will going to cost you more. So just you thought of buying a plot and constructing a house by itself is the pain. So did you get this whole thing? To have an ownership of an item means you have to add up the cost to all that. First is the construction cost. Did I tell you before construction how many permissions you have to take and what amount of money you have to spend? That again you don't know. Congratulations. So to build a house is not a joke. After building, to maintain it is a pain. Pain for what purposes? So maintaining it, few years later you have to paint it. Somewhere some alterations have to be done. Maybe the door has to be shifted. It is not according to, all those feng shui and all that kind of things. Oh, let us have the door facing north, or let us have it facing east or west. It's a south plot. Oh, it's not good. There. So the costs keep on adding up. Why? Because you had a desire. The desire for ownership. You wanted to own something. The property. I started from painting, remember? And now if I come to the ownership, the day you thought of owning a flat, the whole problem started. I want to own a property. And your problem started there. Let us come back to spiritual. Here, the problem starts, the modification due to God, who upsets the equilibrium of the gunas. The equilibrium is upset like nobody's business. I want to create this world. So when the world is getting created, like your flat is getting created or your house is getting created, the problem started there. What makes you think only house I am talking about? If you want to get married, that's another pain. Nobody has ever told you what the cost of a simple sari is going to be. How many saris do I have to give? Oh, that I am not concerned. Is that so? How many people you have to invite? I don't know. Is that so? So for the wedding, how many people you will invite? What are you going to do? It is only the beginning. The beginning is the thought, I want to get married. It all started with God. You are the God. You are the God. The self. You are the self. You are the God. Why did you have a desire in the first place? The desire is the root cause of evil. That is what is mentioned here. It upsets the equilibrium of the gunas, produced from the Mahat, which again has its cause, the Prakriti, is known as egoism. Just the thought, I want to own something, I want to get married, I want to buy a car, I want to buy gold, I want to become a graduate, I want to have a great job. Every thought of yours, every desire of yours is the root cause of your current issues. Your problems are starting from the desire. It all started from there, sir. The desire. And when the desire came in, The Prakriti played its role also. Son, what do you want? You wanted a nice flat? Oh, there is an exhibition going on of housing people. Let us go for that. And when you go for that, something else happens. Have you ever gone to buy a car or a bike? Huh? The thought appeared in your mind, I want to own a bike. So you go to the showroom. So many nice showrooms, glittering, nice bikes are there. Very beautiful. And you enter the showroom, with that trepidation and you say, so nice bikes are there. Or you want to buy a car. Wonderful car. After you go on looking at the different models, you finally say, this is the best model. Sir, what is the price of this model? Sir, it's very simple, sir. It's only 18 lakhs. 18 lakhs? I don't have this budget. Can you show me anything in below range? What is your range, sir? Oh, it is only 8 lakhs. Sir, 8 lakhs means our showroom is not having. There is a neighboring showroom. They will. Our showroom. But you have entered, your ego says, why should I say I don't have so much money? Let me tell you, what is your starting point? Sir, we have a car starting at 12 lakhs. Okay, show me. And this is the ego that comes into the picture. Did you see how the ego came in? Well, it really doesn't matter. Again, the bike. When you go to buy a bike, the bike range starts at, I want to own a Royal Enfield. If possible, Harley Davidson. You got the point? Harley Davidson? Maybe Royal Enfield. When you go to the showroom, you get a shock of the price. Like that. The story begins there. Desire. And then you have finalized on the car or the two-wheeler or the house or whatever, or the girl that you want to marry. Yeah. Now what happens? All these fellows who are standing over there, they are saying, sir, nice bike selection, very beautiful bike. Sir, we have a good, finance option for this. Your bike now you have selected. You came to actually buy a bike of 2.5 lakhs, but now you have selected 1.2 lakhs. Sir, we have a nice option. Finance option. There are 4 guys who are literally pouncing on you for the finance options. And then they tell you the different finance options. Sir, you have to pay only this much. Only this much. Do you know? After all that, there is a person again over there who will say, sir, the bike which you bought is only plain bare, sir. It doesn't have a side stand. It doesn't have a mirror. It doesn't have a grip. It doesn't have this. It doesn't have the... How much will it cost? Sir, another 18,000 rupees more, sir. Nothing more. Only 18. You want additional. Sir, number plate, 2,000 rupees. Sir, nowadays government charges for the number plate, sir. You have to buy new number plate. You are calculating in your mind, tung. By the time you finish, you have already shelled out 1.5 lakhs for a bike which was supposed to come for lesser than that. And you are thinking that you will ask him discount. And then, after you buy the bike with the EMIs coming in every month, sir, EMI is only 10,000 rupees, sir. Nothing great, sir. 12 months EMI, 10,000 rupees, 1.2 lakhs you are paying there only. Did you recognize what happened? You had a down payment. You had to pay for the accessories extra. To get that loan, you have to pay upfront the loan processing charges. That fellow is going to go and verify your details. By the time you have actually thought of owning that 1.2 lakh bike, you ended up paying then more than 2 lakh of rupees. You wanted to own a bike. Did I tell you about the fuel cost? No. First three services are free, sir. Free service? Sir, we have to change the oil, we have to change this, we have to change that. Do you know this? Just the bike and just the thing doesn't end over there. Now you've got a fancy bike. You need fancy boots and jackets. And who is going to cover you in the rain? So you want to have good jackets, good pants, good leg shoes and cover for that. Did you account for another 1 lakh rupees for all these items? No, you never. So from 2 lakhs it has gone to 3 lakhs. Fuel cost is different. Fuel, what is the rate today? Sir, I think it must be 90, sir. 90 rupees a liter. What is the mileage it is giving? Sir, 40 liters, it will definitely 40 kilometers per liter. Registration cost, did I tell you? No. Now all these things are there. What do you do? Just because I want to own a bike. Just because I want to own a house. Just because I want to get married. The amount of trouble that you go, this God has to go through. The God, that is the self, wants to have a body. And the body has to be in a particular kind. It has to be like this. And that is where it all started. The modification due to God, who upset the equilibrium of the gunas, produced from the Mahat, which again has for its cause the Prakriti is known as egoism. I want a black color car. Sir, black cars are not available just now. You'll have to wait for at least 6 weeks, sir. Get it fast as possible. Sir, there is another dealer in the town. He must be having black, sir. But you pay me 20,000 rupees extra, I'll get you that car. What are you talking about? Egoism, egoism. I don't eat in stupid restaurants. I eat only in fancy restaurants. You have to pay fancy amount over there. And this is the whole issue. So the egoism comes into the picture. It is threefold. Vaikarika, Tamasa and Aindriya, and is the cause of the doubt characterized by ignorance. Vaikarika. Do you know Vaikarika is that stage where you say, I think, it's a very nice world. Everybody is going around in the cars and two-wheelers. Oh, his wife is very good looking. I also need a wife. I also need a bike. I also need a house. My friend, he bought a flat in this area, Oh, the Oberoi properties, you see. All right. Oh, this fellow, he brought it in those, what is that, fancy location that we have. Oh, there he is, brought it. Whitefield. We should buy over there. What are you talking about? Sir, we are providing you with very good schools nearby, sir. What are the schools? Oh, there are some nice schools. Very global schools are there. Global schools? You went to a municipal school, sir, and you want your child to go to global school. The worst college you did. But you want your children to go to global school. Global school means so much money. For which you are like a bondage till the end of your life. For global school, you have to pay global money in dollars. Nobody has told you this. And that is the whole problem. The desire to do anything by itself causes so many issues. So first, the purity of it all. It is so nice to own a nice flat over here. Very good. I want to get married because all my friends are married. They are happily ever after stories. Sir, you don't know their real life story. There is no happily ever after. But yet, the looks, the thing which entices, come to me, come to me, come to me, is destroying your own vision. You really don't understand what you are getting into. And this is where the problem starts. And that intense desire in the first place, which was actually pure, it was coming from a very pure heart. That is what it means, Vaikarika. The purity with which the desire arose. Your desire for ownership of anything arose just in a pure manner. I want to buy a car so that my children can go to school in a car. I want to buy a bike so that I can just go down and buy stuff and come back. I don't have to stand in the bus queue and this and that. Okay. I just want to get married because when I see all my friends happily ever after marriage, I really feel that must be really very sweet. And there are lots of perks with it. I just want to own a flat so that, I don't have to keep on staying in these rented properties. How much pain these owners are giving to me. I would rather stay in my own property. Nobody can throw me out of there. That's what you think. So first it was always the noble way of thinking. I want to do this because I want to help myself, help my family, help my world, help this whole creation. That is what the God thought. The God, the creative genius, decided that I want to create this world so that everybody loves me. Everybody is happy with me. They will do the job the way I want them to do. Not realizing, not understanding that to get into any body, any place, any location is a dangerous proposition. You get into it, you go into the ditch. So the desire created this. But it was a very noble desire. It was purity by itself. Vaikarika. Tamasa. What is it? For all this, I have to have a property in a good place, in a good location, so has to be nice. So the God decided that he needs to have a beautiful body. And this is the problem in our world. This tamasa created a lazy bone out of you. The lazy bone is this. Oh, it's costing so much, huh? You had advertised that the flat is only costing some 60 lakhs. Now you're giving me a value of 1.3 crores, sir. I told you 60 lakhs is also very difficult for me. I have to take a loan from my bank. 50 lakhs loan. 50 lakhs loan? Yeah, I have just gathered only 10 lakhs. The balance I was thinking. But your property is 1.2 crores, 1.3 crores, sir. Where will I get that money from? Sir, no issues, sir, no issues. The bankers are sitting next door only. You pay your 10 lakhs, take the possession of the property. We will do the rest of the funding for you. It's 1.10 crores is your funding. How much is the EMI? And after listening to the EMI, you're going to get a big shock. Sir, don't worry about it. That EMI I told you was only for 12 years, sir. You take for 20 years, no? So the bigger and a bigger fool that you become. This is the tamasa. Alright? And the Andriyas, the tools of the trade that really put into the gutters. What are the tools of the trade? Just to have a bike, all those items you bought. Remember the bike? The bike which was supposed to come to 1.2 lakhs was now coming after interest, after all those things and taxation and this and that and all the permissions came to 2 lakh rupees, and then the fuel costs, the maintenance cost. Annually you have to spend a lot of money. The jacket, it is not good, sir, we buy a new jacket. So you go and find a fancy jacket. You know, there are nice brands, no? Buy the best brand available. Ferrari jacket. Ferrari jacket. Yeah, nice brand. So Ferrari jacket is a bomb, you know, but still you want to own it. So this is the third part. The tools that are required that work towards putting you into these gutters. You wanted a house, no? The tools, you see, when you bought a house, you never thought what is going to be the cost of the curtain. Did you even think of that? No. Did you even think of having a table, dining table? A table for four. No, we will have children. So 6. Because my parents are also there. A table for 6. Okay. The table cost is how much, sir? Sir, only 35,000 rupees. Oh, this is very good. 35,000 rupees. Very nice. Sir, only table cost is 35, sir. Each chair is around 8,000 rupees more. 6 chairs I want. 8,000 into 6 plus your 35,000. You think that is over? No. Tablecloth is required. Table covering is required. For keeping the hot items, you have to keep something over there. All because you wanted a house? Did you even think of buying one chair? One table, one stool, one this, one that. The curtains, the covers, the decorations, everything is costly. Right? That is for the house. For the paint, 200 rupees saving. Do you remember? From 800 you brought him to 600 rupees. And you thought you had done a great job. Sir, पट्टी लगता है. पट्टी. या सर उसके साथ है ना सैंड पेपर लगेगा. सैंड पेपर. या 120 नंबर का सैंड पेपर, 80 नंबर का सैंड पेपर, 60 नंबर का सैंड पेपर. सर उसको ये करना मांगता है. वो भी लगता है. अच्छा, हमको मालूम नहीं था. सर उसका ऊपर है ना खाली पेंट, 1 कोट नहीं 2 कोट, 3 कोट्स पेंट. सर आई विल गिव यू 3 कोट्स पेंट. Is that so? Sir, we forgot the primer. Primer. Yeah, 6 liters of primer. Did you account for all this? Nothing. You never accounted for anything. Just because you wanted a house. Now let us come to marriage. Just because you wanted to satisfy your carnal desires. Carnal desires. You wanted to get married and you wanted to look at all the other girls that are there on the shoulder, the hands of that guys, your friends. Just because of that one bloody carnal desire, you have gone and destroyed your life. What happens when she has to tell you, we have to go to the gynecologist? Oh, I am pregnant, I'm not allowed, but doctor told me I cannot even get up from the bed. Who is going to give her the food? My father? No, you make the food. You have never even made a cup of tea. And when you get married, you have to make not only a cup of tea, you have to even go and do all the shopping, all this. Who has told you about it? Nobody has told you. Only thought of one carnal desire. That is the last part. Right? And that is what these Indriyas are doing to you. You have to go and fall into the ditch, the gutters. And this is the cause of doubt that characterized by the ignorance. This is what is the characterized by your ignorance. I don't know. I did not know about it. that the cost is going to be so high. For everything in the world, the cost is high. Now, all this was your life story. Your life story, sir. The God which we are talking about is this God, the self. You are the self who wanted to take birth because you thought that by getting birth you are going to do a lot of बड़ा तीर मारने की बात कर रहे थे. You are going to do a fantastic job. This fantastic job is what comes in the way. It doesn't work. You know, in spirituality, we tell you to become desireless, dispassionate, detached, discriminate, dispassion. Why are you running after all these things in this world? I want a fancy car, I want a fancy house, I want a fancy wife or a husband, I want to have a fancy job. Why do you want to do this? It's called your desire. In spirituality, we have no desire. Desireless person, an avdhuta, doesn't even bother. What is it that you want to own? Nothing, sir. I don't want anything. This is the truth. Detachment. Every attachment of yours causes a problem. You have bought a bike. The bike falls down. It gets a small scratch. You are pained by it. Your bike has a problem with the gears or the tires. You have a problem with it. The car which you bought is not giving you the mileage. It's the problem that you have. The wife or the husband that you got, and you thought the husband that you were getting was a nice guy. Oh, you don't know. That fellow doesn't even pick up his underwear from there. He's such a dirty fellow. Doesn't want to get, doesn't even want to take a bath. I never knew about this. He has his drinking habits. Every Friday evening he disappears. He has his drinking habits. And his phone. You should see the number of names of the women or the girls that he has on his phone. He's never showing me his phone. And you thought you are getting a good guy. This is the worst thing. Detachment. When you are not attached to anybody or anything or place or for that matter anything. You are not attached to your body, you are not attached to the place, you are not attached to your relatives, your friends, whoever they are. What does it matter? He wants to have 100 girls, let him have. Who cares? Anyway, he is going to get into trouble very soon. To maintain one wife is difficult. Do you think you can maintain 100 girlfriends? You must be an idiot. You got drinking habit, it is never going to get controlled. You got smoking habit? Never, sir, no control at all. Akshay Kumar can say whatever he wants to. Don't smoke. You have to pay for your wife, this thing, all that thing. It doesn't work. You got to have that smoke. And then tomorrow, all that first stage of cancer, second stage of, it's a part and parcel of that. The third stage. You got the point? There. This is the place where the whole thing goes down the drain. So I hope you understood how this whole problem started with a desire. So a spiritual person is desireless, dispassionate, detached. He doesn't have any attachment of any kind. And discriminative. He sees God in everything. Even when something bad happens, it doesn't matter to him. Yesterday we were doing the Sai Satcharitra. In the Sai Satcharitra, there was one story somebody gives a Shrifal. Shrifal means a coconut. To give it to Baba, Sai Baba in Shirdi. That person carries that coconut with him. He says, yes, yes, I will definitely give it to Baba. And in the train with some friends over there, they have a little bit of tikha chiuda, a little spicy chiuda, a snack. That thing is so spicy that they crack open that coconut and they eat that coconut, not realizing that that coconut was supposed to be given to Sai Baba of Shirdi. Now this person is upset when he comes to know, oh my God, the coconut got broken. I was supposed to give it to Baba, I completely forgot. So he buys another one. Baba over there in Shirdi. So when this person goes to visit Baba, he looks at him and says, you are supposed to get something for me. What, sir? What, Baba? What, Baba? Your friend gave you something to give it to me, no? One coconut. Where is my coconut? Sorry, Baba. We ate that coconut, that chiuda was so spicy, I had to eat it. I'm very sorry, Baba. Very sorry. I'm very sorry. Baba looks at him and says, see, one simple job is given to you and you cannot do it. That is the problem with human beings. You give them a simple job that they cannot even clear it. They will come up with 100 different problems of their own. Just to take one thing and put it in another place, it's not possible. And the person is berating himself and saying a lot of stuff. So Baba looks at him and says, don't you think that I programmed it in such a manner so that you will get some food to eat? The greatness of the divine is like this. The divine sees himself extended in everything. So Baba is the one who ate. Baba is the one who broke the coconut. Baba is the one who has done everything. The one who gave the coconut is also Baba. So here, the discrimination is this, to see God in everything. But does anybody see God in anybody? No, he is my enemy. That person is like this. That person is bad. That person is not good. We see enemies. We see friends. We see relatives. And we see bad stuff happening to us. And we see good stuff happening to us. A spiritual person doesn't even get swayed by any of these things. Let the bad happen or the good happen, nothing happens. Because the spiritual person sees God in everything. This is the truth. So he doesn't own anything. He doesn't have any attachment to anything. There is no desire in anybody. So the root cause desire is cut completely, and that is the way in which he lives his life. Desireless. Not bothered about anything. The spiritual being has no desires whatsoever. Even about death, even about life, even about people, there are no desires. If somebody says something bad to the spiritual person, it doesn't matter to him. If somebody is praising him also, it doesn't matter to him. The reason is because he sees God in that person. The person who is berating him, is saying bad to him, is also God. The person who is giving him praises is also God. Why should he get swayed? It is he himself. Because he is the divine, he is the Satchidananda himself. So he sees himself in everybody. See, if that person is saying something bad, doesn't matter. The person is saying something good, doesn't matter. Nothing matters. So we now move to the next verse. Now we are doing Uddhava Gita, chapter 17, verse 33. The dispute as to whether the Atma is or is not hinges on the difference of views merely and is due to non-perception of the Atma. Even though it is baseless, it never ceases for men who are averse to me, their own self. Such a wonderful verse. Sri Krishna is telling Uddhava. He says, the Atma is or is not, is dependent entirely on the way you look at it. It is you who can decide whether there is God or no God. The decision rests entirely on you. Do you want to think there is God? If there is an Atma, then there is an Atma. If you decide that there is no Atma, no God, there is no God. There is no Atma also. It's a very, very strange and a funny thing. There are lots of people in this world who, when they are asked this question, these are atheist people, when they are asked this question, a very simple question can be asked to them. Do you think human beings have a soul? And the person will look at you and says, soul? Are you an idiot? So he says, what happens when a man dies? Doesn't the soul go away? These people then say, what nonsense are you talking? Oh, I am going to go to dust, sir. I am going to be buried. And all the kida makodas, all these creatures are going to eat my body. What soul are you talking about? Where were you born? I had parents, they created me. There is no God, there is no soul, there is nothing like that. That is their way of thinking. Are we going to argue with them? You should never argue with an atheist. Never ever argue with an atheist. Why? Because he is set in his way of thinking. He just believes that this is how it is. There is no God anywhere. And Krishna is very clearly telling Uddhava the same thing. There are some people who deny me, deny Krishna himself. Should I do anything about them? Really doesn't matter to me. Somebody denies me doesn't change me in any way. If you deny me, do you think it changes me in any way? Doesn't. For a spiritual person, if I'm a spiritual person, you call me by names. Does it change who I am? Doesn't even change an iota of. Your thinking has no value to me. Because it is your petty thinking. Got it? So why should I bother about what you think about me? If there are 10 people who speak ill about me, doesn't matter. If some person says nice things about me, doesn't matter. Because I consider both these people in the same category. Like I may say, my right hand is good is because I eat food with it. My left hand is bad because I clean my bottom with it. Oh, that's how it is. But both are your own hands, isn't it? So somebody who praises you is my hand itself. Somebody who says something bad to you is my hand itself. So both are my hands. So what makes a difference to me? Nothing makes a difference to me for a very simple reason. Everything is me. Discriminate. I see God in everything. So somebody saying something bad to me doesn't matter. It's my left hand. Somebody praising me doesn't matter. It's my right hand. This is the way how it is. But yet, in the material world, you get upset when somebody says anything bad. You feel very nice when somebody praises you to the heavens. Wow, you got a nice degree, you got a nice certificate. People get carried away by this kind of eulogies. They say, wow, you are so great, This is the truth. This is what Krishna is saying. Someday some people will accept me, someday some people will deny me. How many people deny Krishna? Everybody denies him. You will ask me, no, there are some people who don't deny. Sorry. Yesterday we celebrated a very important festival. The Christians celebrated it. Maybe you also celebrated. I don't know. Christmas. Christmas was celebrated across the world. The Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ is the Son of Father in heaven. Do you think anybody was with him? Even his own disciple, Peter, who became Saint Peter later on, denied him 3 times before the cock crowed. In one night, Peter denied Jesus Christ 3 times. And his own disciple, Judas, betrayed him for a few coins of silver. So tell me something. When your own people, the spiritualist, Jesus Christ is a spiritual great. So when his own disciples backstab him, his own number one backstabs him, denies him completely, do you think he feels bad or good? He is a detached person. It really doesn't matter to him. The reason is very simple. He is spiritually enlightened person. He doesn't make this kind of a difference between anybody. There is no difference in his world. So Krishna says, lots of times, the dispute whether the Atma is or is not hinges on a difference of views merely. And that is due to the non-perception of Atma. People cannot see God. How many people can see God? Actually, nobody can see God. When nobody can see God, what are they going to have? They don't understand anything. There is no difference. You see, the point is, when you do not see the Atma itself, how can you accept it? It's invisible. I can't even catch it. I don't even know whether it exists or not. So the denial comes very easily. Have you seen God? No, I have not seen God at all. Do you know about his whereabouts? No, sir, I don't know anything about his whereabouts. Do you go to temple and churches and all those places, holy places? Yeah, I go, but did you see any God over there? Till today, no God has been seen in any temple or church. What are you talking about? And were you able to meet this God and ask him questions? Not at all. So now do you get the whole problem? The problem is deniability. You cannot see God anywhere. We deny the Atma, we deny the God because we can't see or understand it. Human beings have this problem and it can never be sorted out. Never. Why? Because you need proof of the pudding. I was in Chennai. The question arose. I told them, tomorrow if I start doing miracles, then people will come with folded hands. This person asked me, how is it that in some households, Sai Baba's Udi falls from the images of Sai Baba? Are these miracles? If Sai Baba wants to drag you to him, he can do whatever he wants to. The deniability is there because you can't see miracles. So when someone asked me this question, You don't bring anybody closer to you. I said, that is the truth. I don't want anybody closer to me for a very simple reason. I am not going to do any miracles. No miracles. Why should I do miracles? I am not here to teach you about magic tricks. I am not here to teach you about yoga or pranayama or something like that. I am not here to bother about your health. I am here to take you towards enlightenment if possible. And enlightenment doesn't mean anything for you. Deniability is very easy. So people can deny me. So I can move around incognito. Nobody recognizes. And that is the best thing in the world to do. Never to get recognized. Because the moment you get recognized, you are hounded by people. Imagine Salman Khan is walking on the road. How many people will want to meet him? The whole world will want to follow him. When we were passing from a village, a small town rather, I don't remember the name, and an actor who has now become a politician was coming over there to a hotel to stay in the night. Kamala Hassan. The whole town was standing over there waiting for Kamala Hassan to come. And there was loud music. Dum, 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 dum. You know, the bands were playing and all that. Why? Kamala Hassan is coming. That is the publicity. That is the way things are. But a spiritual great doesn't bother anything. He can move around incognito in this world. No fancy clothes, nothing, nothing, nothing. So, deniability is easy when you do not have any proof of anything. So, non-perception of the Atma. When you do not perceive anything, then you can deny me. Even though it is baseless, it never ceases for men who are averse to me their own self. I am in everybody, Krishna says. Krishna says, I am in everybody. Everybody has the same Atma. Everybody has the same God. Everybody is enlightened. Everybody has the knowledge. But they're all covered by ignorance. And the deniability comes because of this aversion to me. People are averse to Krishna, the divine. Everybody is averse to him. Why? Because they cannot see him. Krishna is not visible to anybody's eyes. Krishna is not visible because he is never going to perform any miracles. Krishna is invisible because he may be doing all the common acts in this world. No magical potions, no bhasma and vibhuti coming from anywhere. Nothing is going to happen. Krishna may walk on the streets and nobody will recognize him. Because deniability is easy. Nobody bothers. And this is a truth which Krishna is talking about. Even though it is baseless, all this is stupid. It's baseless. I am still there. Please know this. I am still there. It never ceases for men who are averse to me their own self. They can never recognize me in anything. And because they cannot recognize me in anything, they are averse to me. No miracles, no magic potions, nothing spectacular. So, as an ordinary person, you are the ordinary person, you cannot even think that you can perform miracles. Got the answer? Well, the only path which I can teach you in my satsang is to go towards this great destination. Love and devotion to God. So we have come to the end of this verse 33. Tomorrow we will do verse 34 onwards. So you have a great day And I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.